thought that ATM would not have a good time with that hero, but by exceeding my expectations, was able to sustain for the team in front line even as the explainer.
Yeah. More importantly, he didn't die. He escaped death for
So many
5 minutes straight. It was nuts. So let's see whether that's going to be the same situation as we get into the draft. This is match point for Burnex Flash. Let's see how RSG is going to respond.
I wonder if there will be changes when it comes to the bigs. Oh, there's the Fred Rhythm, there's the Faramis. Personally, I love this combo. But then again, you have 1-1 end, as well as these Novaria. RSG are getting the top-tier heroes.
I mean, this is a top-tier hero, but how exactly are they going to maneuver, right? They've got the Wan. They've already got Roy's signature. He's been doing such a phenomenal job on this Novaria. And I love the response from Burnex Flash, right? Have the Claw to jump into that backline, really start chunking down the Novaria. And more importantly, the farm is, even if the Call Altar isn't going to be the most effective in the world, at least you could save a couple of members.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The Fredrin Faramis, one of my favorites. Very much when it comes to it's a totally like a OBS kind of strategy wherein you just literally try to engage all the time. And typically the answer to that is the Benedetta.
Interesting.
Wow.
We're reverting.
Wow.
Game number 1.
Yeah, we're going back to what RSG is comfortable with. And I get it. I understand the sentiments here. Coach Kuja doesn't want to force anything that they're not ready to bring out yet.
Right.
And now you can see here, what is the cute one willing to play here? How do they go through? Would a Lolita look good here?
Lolita is going to be I would say the only answer that will be left for RSG, but it might be banned out. You see Franco, you heard that was a Franco ban,
yes.
Which means that they're now eyeing for Rome bans coming up from Burnex Flash, and Lolita will definitely be next because it's the only thing that will stop this cloud from being a menace.
I mean, we say that, but then there's also Minotaur as well as Brock as well, and I mean, it really depends on what flavor that they want and what interactions they want to achieve.
Okay, so far, just looking back at the group stage, Minotaur into Faramis is actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
Extremely decent in a matter of fact. And let's not forget that this Fredrin may not necessarily go into the jungle, right? For all we know, we could get potentially even a Croc to go in towards that side lane and maybe show up to try and punish. Oh, Kufra.
Well, it's Solution Special.
Yes.
It's Solution Special. So
The cute one.
Okay.
I haven't seen Cho onto Lucian Cutie for a long time. I do want to see a little bit more of that pick off, especially since they would want to open up the maps a little bit more and try to take dominance of the river line.
Oh, so that's the Minotaur. You don't want it to be picked up by Burnex Flash as well, so that's why they pick it up as for now.
A good call.
A very good call.
But maybe that's why they banned out the Kufra, because they want Lolita for themselves. It was either or Minotaur or the Lolita. So I don't know. Maybe Burnex Flash might go for it. It's a little tough to say because it is one line.
Oh, Natalia.
It's a D7 special as well.
It is.
And it's a debut pick here in MSC 2023. And the answer.
Okay, it's going to be Alpha.
All right, so the Alpha jungle is there to answer the Arlott and the Fredrin.
Yep.
But is the CC enough to kind of stop and dilute the extra life that Cult Altar gives?
And let's not forget that Natalia can punish the Alpha in the jungle itself because generally he has to try and sustain the damage. But if he silences it, he gets one shot. How does he really get ahead?
This is going to be difficult. So that kind of means that this Minotaur will have to carry most of the problem solving, I mean, in the early stages. Solve the Natalia, solve some of the tankiness, and he cannot do everything.
This seems like there's a lot of job for Lucian Cutie in this game.
It is a tough and difficult job for him. Maybe there's a way, a certain interaction, or more importantly, the way that they maintain these lanes that's going to make a difference. But I think it's time we start getting into the land of Blonde. Dawn, Leo, take it away.
It's all or nothing for RSG SLATE SG from here on end. To even see a game 4, they have to do everything right. Let's get to it. Burnex Flash threatening the sweep. All or nothing.
Both sides of the team are starting off at the orange buff. A little bit different from what I would expect, thinking that Alpha will start at the orange or at the purple buff in order to choose for them to actually apply a little bit more pressure at the end of bringing down the orange and the purple so that they can help the gold lane. That's what I thought.
But wait, it looks like there's the answer here. A pull onto Diablo. Interesting. I wonder if they got what they wanted out of that rotation.
Yeah, it's weird. But then again, it's always the question of where will you first rotate if you're the Natalia? Typical answer is to the jungle. But this time, Burn Express decided to put that Natalia into the XP lane. RSG, interestingly, had two of their heroes in the XP lane.
Also interesting to note, we are going back to what Diablo's used to. Execute on the Benedetta. Prey, though.
He's just gonna be jumping in right onto Shama as well as ATM. He jumps himself away with his ultimate, but unfortunately this is a collapse from the side of Burnex Flash. They bring Bray down, and fortunately wasn't able to do quite much. Diablo, eye for an eye connects, and that is gonna be a stun. And Roy comes in from behind to snipe D7 away as well. A valuable trade.
Oh my, Diablo rocking the execute.
That's right.
It did not work the first time. I mean, the Petrify didn't work, but this time against a sustained kind of composition where you want to heal up, you execute them first before they are able to put themselves back to 100.
And again, this brings us back to our theory. Going into the draft, going into Game 3, Coach Huja allowing RSGSG to play what they know, to play within that space, to try and claw themselves back into a possible reverse sweep. First turtle spawned here. RSGSG, a small lead, about 400 gold. Brave first to the scene. Roy sniping them out. This is a 3v2 potentially. Make it a 3v3 now. 4v3.
Immediately ATM doesn't really have a lot of help to work with, but the Pulse Aldridge will be able to extending the life of the side of Burnex Flash just by a tad little bit. RNG takes the turtle for themselves, as now Losing Cutie as well as Bray would want to get themselves away as fast as they can. Losing Cutie expends his flicker. Bray finds it. Oh! A very important life kill, but it doesn't seem like he will be able to keep himself long enough. As now ATM with the final slash pulls Losing Cutie deeper into their own jungles. He's not able to bring him down though. Diablo continues his onslaught on ATM, and he successfully brings him down.
That's the unbending will doing work. The less life you have, the more damage you deal. But D7 knew, D7 understood, and he said, you are never safe as long as I'm around.
Natalia enters the Land of Dawn as she debuts in MSC 2023 and then gets a kill onto Diablo. Very important one. This is so trippy. This game is so trippy because this is the only game where you are going to see two executes in the modern meta that we have right now. And I'm happy.
It's good. I like it. The fact that team fights and bodies may drop in a flash, all puns intended, makes for amazing swingy team fights. So yeah, the margin of error has not only shrank for RSGSG, but allowed Burnex Flash to be more creative. I'm not so sure if this is how you want to approach a possible sweep.
RSG seems as though they're trying to get a lot of fight in the southern side of the map. They do not want to, find too many different variables over to the top side. They want to leave 1-1 and Claude alone. In the meantime, just bolstering their jungle.
That's
or perhaps bolstering Diablo.
In the past 4 minutes, it has been a very quiet gold lane. Now, here in mid, you see Cat. Oh, catches a little bit from Roy. An interesting bush that D7 kept there. Interesting. I wonder what he was planning.
Yeah. Call it the Crammer's bush because the Crammer is there. Okay, so now that we have a little bit of a downtime, I want to say that the engage comp coming out from the side of Burnex Flash, even when they have the Natalia, the 4 other members can engage as 4. And that will mean that we are waiting for a timing, which typically happens at 9 minutes for Burnex Flash.
Here we go. The jump in. As Spear Alpha start up.
And of course, with the Minoan's Fury, Minoan's Rage just going to be popping right up. D7 gets a kill down onto Roy. And Diablo was hoping to be able to get away from the hands of ATM, but let's be honest here, the amount of dash is just a little bit too much as D7 comes in to pincer maneuver.
A clear win for the hometown heroes in Burnex Flash. Up ahead now by about 700 gold.
Yeah. It was funny, I just said that it will be a 4-man engage, and indeed it was. They utilized all their members. But my oh my, D7 had a great shot at Novaria. He waited for the Astro Recall to end before he went in, and he has a one-shot potential because of the execute. You saw how big of a problem that was. Maybe this is a time where we find out a weakness for the Novaria.
And that's the story of Game 1 even. Game 2, rather, given the fact that there was so much space played with, there was so much of a threat of a backline push, and who'd have thought it would come from a roamer this time around in D7. Watch where he is right now, threading the needle here, playing around the river.
I really thought that there would be a lot more emphasis from Natalia onto the 1-1, but perhaps because of all of the team fights that is happening in the southern side of the map, Natalia is pretty much forced to be present in all of these fights, keeping 1-1 in an even lane against Donut.
And they're trying to equalize that. Back, here's a jump.
Doesn't seem like Zca's gonna go down anytime soon, as they do have the Cold Altar. Donut actually got clipped by the Astrosphere. But Donut, he tried to go in to clear things out a little bit, but he gotta have to go home.
Okay, so between the Cult Altar and of course, wait, in mid, Diablo lives. All right, I was gonna say, despite there being executes and the Cult Altar, the motivational roar, the Spear of Alpha from Bray, there's gonna be a lot of nothing team fights here. There's gonna be a lot of like, oh, in, okay, we're gonna go out, go back. I wonder what that spells out for the gold laners, since both of them want to get to that mid power spike.
I think it's great that's how you want to play if you're play the call. You want the extended team fights. But when it comes to the 1-1, the fact that you're not eliminating member means that your ultimate will now transfer from one to the other. That's really the reason why Paramis is a good hero to kind of counter the 1-1, because it doesn't allow your teammates to be killed during that state. So what I'm trying to say here is the Cult Altar and the 1-1 timing is very crucial.
Oh, here's a pull coming in from Chama. It's for Burn Splash, all of them to take.
It doesn't seem like the Minotaur is gonna be anywhere here. And now we do have Shama that takes down the turtle. Diablo finds himself under the threat of ATM, and D7 coming from behind punishes both Roy and Diablo.
Suddenly, a quick take from the turtle leads into 2 kills, and now we are living in Burn X Flash country, quite literally, and also in game. But there is a trade. Okay, able to push up top.
Yep.
Where else can they find a trade? Because suddenly you can see now Chama is also going ahead.
Yeah, the purple.
Committing grab the purple here.
Oh, they took the purple, and this is already very bad for Gray. Surely that the takedown on the turret up top is great when it comes to the economy of RSG, but now they're finding a lot of problems dealing with the composition of Verdict Splash. At this point, Roy, I think he needs maybe some leg plates, or maybe dreadnought armor, or maybe a full anti-cuirass, because my D7 is gonna keep on hounding this Novaria.
Needs a pair of pants.
He needs a pair of pants.
That's safe to say. And now, even Lucian Cutie, feeling the wrath of all this physical damage from Verdict Splash.
Is angry. Minoan's rage down on the 2 members, but the Cult Altar will be able to keep them alive for a little while longer, as Donut jumped himself over the back lines with the BMI, but it doesn't seem like we'll be able to do quite much there. Most of the members from the side of RSG were on a sliver, and they are barely alive, but they will be able to recall back home. And this would be big as important final slash from ATM. He's still gonna be relentless if you want to continue, but I don't think that he will be able to stretch it any longer.
That was a very expensive shutdown on the D7, but just the same, Burn X Flash kept them hostage. They put them right where they wanted them. All this while, Donut was pushing up top, and now the map is slowly turning blue. That is the upper quarter, all belonging to Kamai.
Zcat with the plays, actually. He baited Oki so much, and Oki had to commit. When he jumped in, the final splash was really off cooldown coming up from ATM. I would say Verdict Splash, their chemistry is just way too good.
Not just their communications as well. They're playing the map to a point where RSGSG are getting overloaded. Here they're making a play for the Lord. It's at about half of its health. Let's see. Astro Echo already spent.
Diablo down to the bottom lane though. He's getting distracted as D7 as well as Spot has been able to put his HP all the way down low. He's gonna go down. In the meantime, the main fight, Shama takes the Lord. But for now, Oki soars into the air. He did manage to get a kill down on the Shama. That's gonna be good. And as well as ATM, RSG and Burn X Flash tries to find value from both sides. But what is this that we're seeing? Zika is appearing in the middle lane, but D7 nowhere to be found.
2 for 1, but the Lord still goes over to Burn X Flash, first Lord of Game 3. Expect that the map will remain blue, but just the same, RSGSG are down but not out.
They did get a kill on the Chima, but the fact that Chima is level 12 when the Bray was only level 11 during the Lord fight, they got the W of the Lord. They still lost their jungler, but the fact of the matter is there's just a lot of economic advantage that Burn X Flash was able to get. Again, it's all about the macro.
Oh, spotted there. I think D7 knows. He had a feeling that Lucian Cutie was waiting to engage. Here's what's interesting. RSGSG, they want to be able to protect their map. They want to be able to keep as much territory for them. But just the same, they can't do that because they're better in the 5v5 against Burn X Flash, especially when D7 is out on the hunt. So what do they do here? Do they always use Astro Echo when it's up? Because they definitely need to if they want to win. Like now!
Seems like it. They managed to find 4 people.
4 people.
That was one of the bigger Astro Echoes of the series.
For sure. This is important now because eventually when you get to level 12, your Astral Echo will just last, the cooldown will just be about 30, 28 seconds. So that's massive.
So with that being said, you can see here,
No physical defense from Roy.
that's right, did not pick up any pants. So he's playing greedy here. But just the same, I think for the past 4 or 5 minutes, D7 has been relatively mum. He's playing a pacifist run on this Natalia now.
That's right, because it's being spotted, and I think that will be expected now. And this is always the dilemma for the Natalia. What do you do when you're actually leading by so much, right? Typically, you don't invite anybody to step out of their comfort zone. And RSG, look at them go, just not leaving each other right now.
It's like the threat of D7 is constantly appearing in every single part of the map, right?
Yeah.
RSG don't really have someone that is really tanky enough except for Bray to just kind of face check on the structures. So they gotta have to leave it to Roy with the ultimate or perhaps even the Astral Spear.
Yeah, not just. Even Lucian Cutie's afraid to face check into a boss that has Natalia. Because, yeah, you are a Minotaur, but the silence is key. The fact that you can't answer
that's
back
right.
as quickly with a motivational roar, nor a Minoan's Fury, despite its buff recently, it's not as easy to say. So, again, RSG, SG here, they understand that the margin of error is so small for them. And now Burnix Flash, I'm waiting for them to step on the clutch. I'm waiting for them to say, you know what? It's time. We have to be aggressive. What timers are we looking at? Level 12 for Roy. Oh, he's still not quite there yet.
Very important to get that. The ultimate, level 3 ultimate.
Oh, Diablo, eye for an eye. Electro final blow, barely gets himself away.
And that came at a very small cost for Burnix Flash. Not many ults spent.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Benedetta won't be in this fight. At least for the next maybe 5 to 10 seconds. He do have the top lane to sharp out. He gotta have to defend that as well. But we don't see Claude anywhere.
Yep. Now Shama looking for the pull. Lucian Cutie standing their ground after Echo. This one's a good one. They see a lot of members from Burnix Flash.
The big man, Roy, goes down. And now the rest of the members from the side of Burnix Flash understand that they do have the number priority. They're just gonna be jumping right in, brings on the board. And 3 men down from the side of RSG. Okay, the last member remaining down in the bottom side. And it's gonna be left with Diablo to try to defend it all.
Again, we were talking about the fact that you only need some pants. Just a little bit of physical defense coming out from Roy, and you saw what happened. 100 to 0 in a fraction of a second. Also Navaria, a very important hero for the side of RSG.
D7 showing complete respect and patience in the situation. He understood that I only need to find Roy, and if I do, this could be it. Lord crashing through top lane, already penetrated. Burnix Flash knocking down RSG SG's door. They're already inside their base. D7 taking care of a wave down bottom, and look how deep Diablo is cutting in mid.
But next Flash has smelled fresh blood, and they are ready for the hunt. They are gonna chow down like a hungry toddler, and they will do whatever that they can to bring RSG SLATE SG down. But what exactly is gonna be the start of the fight? That is, as IATM goes in for the final flash onto Lucian Cutie, brings him out, but he's managed to flicker right back home.
The Singaporean overlords, the champions of MPL SG Season 5, still breathing, still here, successfully defend. Now Roy hit that threshold. Faster release on the Astral Echo, but to what extent, given that they can barely leave their base?
Yeah, I'm just looking through all of the items of the members of RSG. You can see all of them have some semblance of a physical defense. You can see, for example, there's Hiras and some pants for Diablo, and you have the brute force breastplate. And this is expected for the Alpha, and the entirety of their squad will have physical defense except an important hero. I think that somebody has to call that from RSG.
Roy.
You cannot rely on the fact that D7 will be spotted out. You see 3 big team fights that didn't have the Navaria for RSG.
Oh, Roy, get some pants on. Even Lucian Cutie got some pants on.
Exactly.
At some point, he was sitting on so much leather jerkin. Yes, how much leather jerkin you want, Lucian? Yes!
That's a problem. And the
Alright.
fact that there is also Donut, right, that also deals physical damage. I think that the understanding coming out from RSG SLATE.
Yeah, and Sian isn't even a real damage dealer. Oh no, but El Diablo.
He managed to get away, no problem. But ATM wants to come in from behind, and Lucian immediately knocks ATM up. As long as no one gives him the proxy to keep on with the dash, he was gonna be A-OK. Diablo won't run away, but Lucian Cutie, he goes down to the hands of Burn X Flash, and that is the Lord popping out in 20 seconds. This is crucial.
The back-to-back Khmer champions are using the most of this 9K gold lead. They understood that if we split up RSGSG for just maybe a second or two, there would be a huge advantage for us. We outman them, we outgun them, and we take down who we can. Lucian Cutie being absent from this Lord take is going to be crucial. Not even a thought of a contest here coming in from RSGSG. Unless, is that enough for a snipe, can they? No, they're going to blitz it.
It's a blitz, not immediately.
I love this decision coming out from Burn X Flash. They really are. They are going for the head now, as the expression would say. They will definitely be popping through it. Look at that D7 stealing that purple.
Dude, even D7, that's a roamer. That's a roamer stealing away your buff.
RSG is just losing control in the entire part of the map, and the only place that they can go is within their own home. But Lord marches in the top side, ready to pillage everything that RSGSG loves. What can they possibly do here?
One thing is stay inside your base, play in your base.
Yeah.
And now I'm hoping that Roy is ready to rumble and that he has all the items that he needs, at least to clear the waves. Because, man, given the single target nature of a majority of the heroes from RSGSG, their wave clear isn't the best. And now,
Damage from Roy. Very important that he. I guess the decision is okay. I get one shot by D7. I don't care anymore. I one shot people too. By the way, Diablo played the defense so well. The usage of the eye for an eye was actually perfect when they tried to go for him, and he managed to stay alive in those defenses.
I think the general game plan here from the side of RSG is just to play safe. But unfortunately, that doesn't look safe for me at all. As we have Bray taken down, coincide with the life or timer of the Lord.
no, 40 seconds without Bray. Not even thinking about the Lord take, just his presence on the map, his contributions to clearing the waves. That was a flub, definitely from RSG.
It's gonna be bad. Even Diablo is not the last thing when it comes to the damage output of D7. Now rocking a Blade of Despair, by the way. That's how rich he is.
I feel that the win condition from the side of RSG is kind of like switched over to the side of Roy. He want to get a little bit greedy and play in a very safe place. As long as he clips someone with his Astral Sphere, then RSG jumps in. 4v5, they want to look for that numbers advantage.
Something tells me RSGSG are also looking to isolate D7. If they can pick off D7, go from there, play the 5-man rotation, win off of that. That's one way to go. But this Lord, as the saying goes, forget about it.
Yeah. I'll try to defend once again. And it's the hero that you have to look for in this defense is Diablo. Is he gonna have a good time as he did in the first time that they had to defend against a level 2 Lord of Burn X Flash?
Oh, I can't believe it. This is the 4th Lord, man. And we are approaching TikTok timers. Confirmed, we are here, the 20-minute mark. If you die here, you might as well have just ended the game right then and there.
The Lord pushes aggressively. The entirety of RSG holds down the fort and wants to keep the Lord busy as possible. Donut joins in. Break gets caught out. Oki gets caught out. 2 men down from the side of RSG. And